Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, September 27th. This is the hot stock wrap video. Here we go. QLD walking up the 50-day. Was kind of languishing here for a bit, and it bounced above it today on a good pickup in volume. That's nice to see. That's related to the MAXLIST stocks. S&P 500, SSO, grinding up nice. It's been doing really well. Just let it work. See how it works. What's really good about this, you can say, why are we looking at this? Because this is reflective of the big picture market. We've got to take a look at the big picture, and then we screw it down to the smaller stock, smaller groups, smaller stocks, just to see what's going on, the individual stocks. TNA's been leading the charge. That's the Russell 2000, grinding on up, leveraged, moving up on good volume. It's leading. You can't argue with it. Here we go. Here's the Dow. Hanging in there, walking up. Didn't touch highs today, but it's acting fine. We'll have to see what it does. But again, you can't argue with the trend. You get in line with what is. That's only 30 stocks, so it's easy to paint a tape. The S&P 500, kind of related to the SSO, walking up, touched new all-time highs today on a pickup in volume. Looks fine. Just let it work. The NASDAQ comp got close to highs, walking above the 50-day, above the 20-day, above the 8-day. NASDAQ comp, that's growth stocks. Boeing's walking up the 8-day. We're still in it. We let it work. One that started to pick up a little bit, Teradyne, talked about it in missionwinners.com, kind of lifted up through here, and I'll pick up in volume. Semiconductor related, we'll see what it does. Google, I had this run shifted up here just to watch this. You can say, why'd you do that? Well, it's a big stock, it's a mambo stock, lifted off today on a pickup in volume. I'm not recommending buying this. That's not my point, but we're getting into the MAXLIST. Wanted to show another stock I slid up to my front. Micron had earnings. That really lifted the NASDAQ. Had a good day today on heavy volume. Fire charged the NASDAQ and the semiconductor stocks. Now we're going to look at some ETFs. There's the QLD, the NASDAQ 100 above the 50-day. It's been lagging. Got limit alert set. We'll see what it does. SSO, we went through the spiders. Walking on up. Let it work. You can't argue with the trend. The trend always works and is your friend, and just see how it does. Here's a Russell 2000 leveraged ETF. This has actually been leading, which is amazing because for a long time it was lagging. But small cap stocks, there's a risk on variable associated with these small cap stocks. Here's some MAXLIST stocks for us. Apple, dead. Nothing to do with it. Fell on heavy volume, rallying on decreasing volume. You're not going to see this chart pattern in any book saying, oh, this is a good buy. Just let it settle down and see what happens. We'll watch it. Amazon, below the 50-day. The 50-day's fallen. Flopping around. I don't play much below the 50-day, especially when the 50-day's fallen. So we move on. I don't need to spend a lot of time on something like this, nor should you. Just go to the next one. It doesn't fit our constraints. Leave it alone. Alibaba fell on some volume. It's approaching the 50-day. Think of this. The market had a huge day, and this didn't do anything. Maybe it'll take out these highs from the last 2 days on volume and start to go. We'll see. Baidu is hanging in there. We'll just see what it does. I got stopped out of this. My last share is right here. It's coming back. We'll see how it acts. Don't know. No forecasting. But if it starts to lift, we'll know about it. MAXLIST stocks. Goldman Sachs gapped up today. I actually bought this, and then it fell and came back. This was earlier in the morning, and it was acting ragged, and it was falling on volume, and I walked away for a small loss. Yes. Did I lose money? Yes, I did. And you could say, well, gosh, you should have held on. Look, it went up. We live in the now. That's called investing through the rearview mirror. We don't do that. Don't beat yourself up. You get in line with what's happening at the moment. It was dropping. The market was rougher earlier, and I let it alone. Small loss. By the way, because of the large gap up, I had told people in missionwinners.com, go small. Go small. So I did. Netflix is not really participating at all. Fell on really heavy volume. Hanging here on the 50-day. Got to watch it and see. NVIDIA fell on really heavy volume. It's flopping around. I want to show you something interesting, and I had this on the video yesterday. This stock gapped up, went up, and closed near its lows on a pickup in volume. This is a semiconductor stock, and other semiconductors were flying. This isn't doing anything right now. We'll let the dust settle and see what happens. With the market up big, NASDAQ up 73, Tesla took out the lows from yesterday. Nothing to do with it. We move on. I'm going to show you a few other stocks that we were watching today or keyed on or involved with. I'd like to show this. This came from last night's list. Most of these stocks that I'm going to show came from last night's list. So I'd just like to point these out to you and let you take a look at these and just kind of dwell on them. We look for clean and simple. We're going to take from the top. ESNT, that stock I made a note. It had a positive ride-up in IBD about 2 weeks ago. Just going sideways, gapped up, lifting off. It's a leading group and a leading stock. Simple base. Clean and simple right here, and it picked up. Solar Edge, I talked about this in the Mission Winners site. Right here, going through here. By the way, these stocks were on the list last night that were sent to the VIP members in missionwinners.com. These people knew about this. Here it is. Clean and simple base. Made a point here. Somebody asked, you buy right here. Here's the daily chart. There's the hourly chart. Look at that volume come into it. Here's the 30-minute chart. Look at the volume starting to pick up. That's what we look for. Daily, longer base. Hourly, volume comes into it. You pick it up right here, and it walks up the line. Is it going to continue? I don't know, but this is a good start. It's a clean and simple base. It's what we look for. Here's the other one we talked about. Had this on the list last night. ACLS. Just simple tops across here. Longer base. It's in a leading group. Simple right here. This is the daily chart, and you can see those tops. Here's the hourly chart. Right there. Volume started to come into it a little bit. Here's the 30-minute chart. Right here. Lower volume, but that's why we look at both daily and hourly and 30-minute. Hourly, volume here, starts to cross the lines. You pick some up. You don't go crazy, but it's worth buying some. That's ACLS. Leading group, by the way. Leading group. LGIH, longer tops right here. Did nothing today. Home Builder, it's in a leading group though. Scientific Games, here's another one. Mentioned this on the site. Going sideways, picks up today. This is the daily. Right here, there's the hourly. Look at the volume on that bar. I'll do this again. Daily. This is what we were looking at last night. Just going sideways. Can it lift off the 8th day? I don't know the future. Here's the hourly. And I go back. Last night at the close, that's what I'm looking at. Right here. Just going sideways. Today, it lifts off and takes off. There you go. They voted. People talk with their mouths and they vote with their pocketbooks. Guess what? Right there, they voted. Scientific Games. Why? I'm just watching to see what it's going to do in here. It's got kind of loose. Not involved with it, but I wanted to share that with you. Those other two, by the way, they're involved in the missionwinners.com site. So that's what that's at. NTNX. Looks like it could form a cup and a handle. It's doing nothing. EXTR. Here's another one. Look at that. Extreme Networks. Started to pick up today. It's a little bit lower priced. There's a weekly chart. Not much happening there. We'll see if it starts to lift off. Federal Express. Nothing special there. Just watching it to see. Transports are really strong. That's why I'm watching it. NXPI. Longer base. It's on my list. I got a limb alert set. We'll have to see what happens. Then we round it on up with the financials. There's FAS that picked up. FAS took off and held in there nicely. Just wanted to give you a rundown on some of these leading groups and leading stocks, and also stocks that are on the hot stock list. Just wanted to share that with you. I like to get a quick market overview. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, come into the missionwinners.com site and ask the questions. By the way, Mission Winners, markets, industries, sectors, stocks, institutional support, outstanding. Outstanding product, outstanding management, outstanding service. N, never say never. The biggest part of this game is what's in our head. Don't sabotage yourself. We always keep looking. The glass is half full, not half empty, and we keep moving forward. Hey, thank you very much. Hope you all have a good night. I'm going to do a few more things here, and then I've got to get ready for the meetup tonight. I hope you appreciate this, and again, I thank you.